Good evening and welcome to the Manteno Village Board meeting for Monday, May 17th, 2021. I'd like to call the meeting to order, and if we could all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Dole?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Boyce?
Yes.
Crockett? Geske?
Yes.
Phillips?
Here.
We have a quorum. The first item tonight is to do some old business that we didn't get done last week because Mr. Boyce was not able to attend. And so myself and the clerk got sworn in last week along with the other two trustees. So tonight we'll be swearing in Mr. Boyce for his 5th term. So Tim, if you want to come on up and I'll move out of the way here.
20 years.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
Timothy Weiss,
Have been elected to the office of trustee
being elected trustee
for the village of Manteno
for the Village of Manteno
in the county of Kankakee
in the County of Kankakee
in the state of Illinois.
and the State of Illinois,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
I'll support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge
faithfully discharge
the duties of village trustee
the village trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Tim.
Thank you.
New territory for you. Okay, as always, then we'll begin with the meeting with the approval of the minutes. We have the minutes from our regular board meeting of May 3rd that is in everyone's packet. Hopefully everyone's had the opportunity to review them. Are there any changes, additions, deletions, corrections? Seeing none, I'd accept the motion to waive the reading of the minutes and approve them as presented by the clerk. So, motion by Martin,
Second.
second by Dole, roll call.
Martin?
Yes.
Dole?
Yes.
Boyce?
Stay.
Geske?
Yes.
Phillips?
Yes.
Motion carried. Public participation, we see nobody's here. Chris, did you receive anything from anyone?
We have not.
Okay. Village President's Report, just a couple items tonight. Over the course of the last week, we did make the decision to open the jumping pillow, and the crowds have obviously noticed that it's open. It's being inflated in the morning at 10 o'clock, I believe, and it stays open and stays inflated until the park closes at 10 p.m. With the nice weather, we had lots and lots of people on there. We do have park rangers that are going to be monitoring not only the pillow but the whole park, and it's at some point in time, depending on if the crowds get too large, we might have to set some limitations as to how many people are on that at that time. We discussed that previous to opening, and because of some of the issues trying to decide, talk about limiting the ages, limiting the size. We want to, let it be open for as many people to enjoy as possible, but we also have to make sure that we are able to operate it safely. So if we can continue to operate it and we don't have any issues and people, pay attention to the rules that are in place and are, careful with all the other people that are on it, we'll continue to be able to do it, in as free a fashion as possible. If it turns out to be where there's a problem there, and there's too many people, and if people are not paying attention to the rangers, then we will have to put some limitations on it. But we just as soon not do that. So please, pay attention to the rules, pay attention to any guidelines that are issued by the rangers that are there. Also, then, with the good weather and the amount of people that have been attending the square and second, we've also noticed that people have a tendency maybe to not necessarily pick up after themselves, and in the morning the public works guys are over there and have to clean up the garbage. So we'd certainly appreciate anybody that is there using the park facilities to treat the area with respect and pick up at least your own garbage and put it in the garbage can. We'll take make sure that we keep the cans empty or where there's room to put things. But please pick up after yourself. We've got a beautiful facility. We don't want it tarnished by every morning having garbage laying all around there. And we go, I go by there every morning, and it just kills me when I see the the Polar Pop cups and the water bottles and stuff that's pretty easily to dispose of, and they're laying on the AstroTurf just because somebody didn't feel the need to put their garbage away. So. The other item I have is we have a video tonight. As you know, we had a video a couple weeks ago. Sarah has been making videos on a monthly basis announcing the different events that are coming up in the community, or that maybe this video is a week old, so some of the events that she talks about might have already taken place. But we wanted to go ahead and just run that video so it's on the tape for the meeting. Chris, you got that?
Welcome to Manteno Matters, where we share a quick rundown from the village of Manteno. Today we are reporting from the Manteno Love Lock, a brand new art installation here on Main and Division Street at Merchants Park. As a symbol of love or remembrance, you attach your lock to the structure and throw away the key. Many people engrave their names. And as always, we encourage you to shop local. Whitmore Ace Hardware has locks available for purchase. Our first guest to kick it off is Jim Hanley, Superintendent of Public Works.
I want to talk about the brush route. We just started it last week. We'll be doing the north side of town the first and third week of the month, and the south route will be on the second and fourth weeks of the month. Don't tie up any of the branches. Leave them as long as you can. Don't put them in the street. Don't cover up the sidewalk. The e-waste pickup is going to be taking place the first Tuesday of every month. You can do that and call Village Hall. We'll come pick it up. You can also bring it to Belston Steel any day of the week, including Saturday. Sundays are closed. And you can get rid of your e-waste that way as well. A couple of projects we have going around in town. Heritage Park, Wright and Jacobs. We'll have some new paths connecting those parks. We're adding a pickleball court at Feast Park. So that'll be a nice upgrade for that area. A couple of the road projects we've got going around in town. A couple alleys are getting touched up, and 4 major roads are getting addressed. Birch Court, South Creek Drive in 2 locations, and section line from Walnut to Maple.
Thank you, Jim. That was some helpful information. Well, it's spring, so that means spring cleaning time is upon us. On May 1st, we are holding the annual Village Community Cleanup from 10 to noon. We will meet at Legion Park at 10 a.m. So please sign up to volunteer at villageofmanteno.com. And it's about time to clean out all those old files, because on May 8th from 10 to noon, the village is hosting a free shred event for residents who need to destroy personal documents. Commercial documents will not be accepted. The event will be held in the North Main Street parking lot across from the Manteno Police Department. It's golf cart season. Renewal stickers can be purchased at the Village Hall drive-thru. New registrations must be completed at the police department. For all updates on news and events, follow us on villageofmanteno.com or on Facebook. And remember, Manteno matters because of you.
So Sarah will be doing those videos on a monthly basis, and as you noticed, there's a couple of the things that are on there that have already taken place. The village cleanup, which we did have probably 75 people show up, and thank you very much to everybody that was there. They went around and picked up a lot of garbage throughout the community, and the public works then went around and picked up the bags that were left around. And then also last week they had the shred event on Main Street, and from what I'm told, it was crowded and pretty well used. A lot of people came through there. It was very easy to just pull up, and the people that were staffing the event took the things out of your car, your trunk, and got them shredded. So those events are behind us. She's got a lot of things planned for the rest of the summer. So pay attention to the village website or the chamber website for all the different events that we have coming up. That's all I have. Village Administrator's Report, Mr. Larock.
Thank you, Mayor. I have one update. The Hometown Hero banners will be going up in the next week and a half. Have them all up before Memorial Day. I just wanted to give a shout out to Jolene and Yvette over at Village Hall. They spend a lot of time putting this all together and making sure everybody's banner gets put up and everybody's banner is taken care of. All the applications are processed, so it is a pretty big job if you've ever see what they do over there. So want to thank them for their work on that project. We also will take applications from now until the end of March for the next Hometown Heroes 2-year stint. So anybody who's interested in doing it, obviously it's closed for this year, but you can come and get an application anytime and put that in for the next round. So.
Great. And that's another thing that, we've been doing for, 4 or 5 years now, and whenever those banners go up, we always get a lot of, comments and compliments when you have the banners up, and then on the holidays when the flags are up those weeks, it really decorates the town. So Public Works does a great job putting all those things up. And I know, you're putting them up on Route 50, that gets to be a little precarious sometimes with all the traffic, so it takes a while to put them up. So they all can't be put up in one day, but over the course of a couple-day period, they will be up before Memorial Day.
We've had really good luck with sustaining the program. So, like I said, this is our 3rd round, and I think we have about 218 banners going up. So it's holding its own, which is good to see.
Yeah, I remember there was a time when we were running out of poles. We have put on some new poles, but we've got a lot of the people that are paying to put the banners up too. So if anybody's interested, the cutoff time for this year is over because we have to order the banners all in one bulk group. But if you want to get involved in the next year, it's never too late to go ahead and fill out the application now. Also, the other program that I know we have advertised on the sign at the Village Hall is the flag program for the Boy Scouts also. Coming up on Memorial Day weekend, or Memorial Day, I believe it's the 4th of July, Labor Day, and not sure if it's Veterans Day or what the 4th day is.
Labor Day?
Flag Day, maybe.
Flag Day, Labor Day.
They will, for $40, they will come in and put a flag in your front yard. And it really looks nice when you drive around the community on those days and you see not only the flags that the village has posted, but also the flags that are throughout, the neighborhoods. The Boy Scouts, this is their 2nd year that they've been doing it. They do a great job. They put them up at sunup and take them down at sundown. And so I say, if anybody's interested, you can get that application on the village website. Committee reports, Public Works and Utilities, Mr. Boyce.
I have nothing tonight, Mr. Mayor. I do have a meeting on the 25th of this month at 7 a.m. right here. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Boyce. Properties and Recreation, Mr. Martin.
No old or new business tonight, but we have a meeting this Wednesday, and we're going to meet at 6:30 at Thieves Park.
Correct.
And then back here at 7 o'clock for our regular meeting. Other than that, that's it.
One thing when you're over at Thieves Park too, we're putting up the new pickleball court there. We took those trees down on the west side because they were shedding so much, and the courts basically were unusable because of the trees. The village also owns some of the property to the west of there that we purchased several years ago. We might want to look and get some ideas from the park commissioners as to how we might be able to utilize some of that property. It was always kind of a barrier when the trees were there, but now that those are gone, we could actually enlarge that park and potentially do some other things, because we don't own all the way over to the street, but we do own all the way over to the ComEd easement that's there. So might want to ask, some of the park commissioners, get their ideas of what they think might be some good usage of that area now that Thieves Park is kind of growing.
Correct.
Thank you. Public Safety and Health, Mrs. Dole.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have any action items on the agenda tonight. My next meeting is Wednesday, June 9th at 7 a.m. here at the Village Boardroom. Wanted to give a tip about the month of May is Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. Warmer temperatures mean more motorcycles on the road. In May, motorcycle safety is front of our minds. Statistics shows that those who choose 2 wheels over 4 are 35 times more likely to be in a deadly accident. There are even rules for when you're not driving. According to Illinois Litter Control Act and Manteno Village Ordinance, it's illegal for people to blow grass cutting into the roads. The motorcyclists say it can get slippery and people don't realize that. They think, well, it's just grass clippings, yeah, but it does get wet, and look out. Grass clippings, gravel, and all of that is very dangerous for bikers. The main reason that grass is so dangerous is that it can reduce the traction bike tires have on the roadway. Just like sand, gravel, dirt, and oil in the roadway, grass is an obstacle that needs to be avoided by motorcyclists. Whether you're a biker or not, look out for the safety of others and don't mow your grass into the roads. Also, have you heard anything about, I was trying to check my phone, the Ride for Life? Are they having that in June? And usually they come up here and say something.
They applied for their raffle license
Okay.
today.
Did they? Okay, so maybe
Yeah,
next.
that's usually the first, it's like the first
It's
Saturday.
usually June,
It
yeah,
is.
Okay.
so this is, yeah. And isn't there something in Second Street tomorrow? I was trying to find my phone too for
There's
that.
a car show and they don't call it the moon dance. They call it's like that fire
Fire, yeah.
dance.
Fire on the Square.
Fire on the
Yeah.
square.
Fire on the
So
square.
that's going on tomorrow night, so, yeah.
Weather depending, I'm sure, with the calm and
Right.
rain, but.
Okay, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Dole. Planning and Zoning, Mr. Crocker is not here. He has nothing on his agenda. He does have a Planning and Zoning Committee meeting scheduled for May 25th at 7 a.m. here in the Village Boardroom, and a Planning Commission meeting scheduled for June 8th at 6 p.m. here in the boardroom. Finance, Mr. Geske.
Thank you. I do have Resolution 2102, a resolution approving an agreement with Eligo Energy LLC and Illinois Limited Liability Company. Chris, do you care to talk about this with the municipal aggregation?
Sure, yeah, we've been in an aggregation program, electrical aggregation now for quite a few years. The rates have gotten really competitive. ComEd has lowered their rates to be competitive with these outside companies, so there's really not a lot of savings to be garnered from this, but we continue with the program for a couple of reasons. One, so that if the rates ever do get more competitive, we don't have to go through that whole process again. By maintaining the aggregation, we can just sign new contracts with the outside companies. And secondly, they're able to offer us rebates to the village. The last 2 years, we've got a $15,000 rebate each year. This year, it's going up to about $49,000 per year. So it's significant to the village. It ends up not costing the residents anything. They pay the same rate, the same ComEd rate, whether they're with ComEd or the aggregation company. So the village benefits because these companies go out and buy power for the residents on an individual basis. That's how they make their money, but they're unable to make that a village-wide savings. So we're continuing with that program. This will go for 3 years with this contract, and definitely worthwhile for the village. And again, the residents, it doesn't cost them anything.
I also have payment of bills in the amount of $193,745.41, which includes TIF bills in the amount of $37,883.60. We do not have any bills authorized or paid between board cycle, and our next Finance Committee meeting scheduled for June 9th at 7 a.m. That's all.
Mr. Geske, General Government, Mr. Phillips, do you have anything tonight?
I have nothing on the agenda, Mayor.
All right, so the items that we'll be voting on the consent agenda are just a couple. Under old business, we have nothing. Under new business, we have Resolution 2102, a resolution approving an agreement with Eligo Energy Illinois LLC and Illinois Limited Liability Company, and the payment of the bills in the amount of $193,745.51, which includes $37,883.60 out of TIF 1. Are there any items on the consent agenda that need to be voted on individually? Seeing none, I'd accept the motion to take a single roll call vote on the question of passage of the agenda items as read.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Dole,
Second.
second by Boyce, roll call.
Dole,
Yes.
Boyce,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Geske,
Yes.
Phillips.
Yes.
Motion carried. I accept the motion to approve by omnibus vote the ordinances, resolutions, motions, and orders contained in the consent agenda as read. Motion by Geske,
Second.
second by Dole, roll call.
Geske,
Yes.
Dole,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Boyce,
Yes.
Phillips.
Yes.
Motion carries. Comments tonight? Do you have anything you want to talk about, Mr. Boyce?
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Martin?
Congratulations, Jim. That's it.
Mrs. Dole?
Yeah, the mayor had mentioned about the cleanup day, and I know we didn't talk about that last time or whatever, but it was so good to see people out there. It was a great day. It was fun. I was with my granddaughter, and we accomplished a lot. We cleaned up quite a bit, and we enjoyed the walk. So it was a good day.
It's a never-ending, project, though. Like I say, it's one of those days, we get a lot done on that day, but it could be repeated on a weekly basis almost. And and we've had, people that we've invited to this board to thank them because they do that. There's some, people that live on the west side of the interstate that are out there, almost weekly picking things up, and we really appreciate the pride that people take in making sure that, Manteno looks good. And we do get a lot of contact and calls from outside, people who live outside the community that come through town or come here to eat dinner or go to some of our establishments that comment about how clean the town is. So it doesn't go unnoticed by the residents and, the outside public.
I agree. Like I said, we did division, and like I said, every time I go by Casey's, it's like I pick up other stuff. Make sure it don't blow across the street. So.
Thank you, Ms. Stoll. Mr. Geske?
Nothing, thank you.
Nothing tonight.
Nothing? I have nothing further, so I accept the motion to adjourn.
Make that.
Motion by Boyce,
Second.
second by Dole. Roll call.
Boyce?
Yes.
Dole?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Geske?
Yes.
Phillips?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you for coming and for watching.